Chapter 14, Then Gases, Part 5. Buoyancy of air. Any object less dense than the air around it will rise. All the rules for buoyancy were stated in terms of fluid rather than liquid. The rule holds for gases as well as liquid. The physical law that explain an airship in flight in the air are the same that explain a fish upward in water. Archimedes' principle for air states that an object surrounded by air is buoyed up by a force equal to the weight of the air displaced. The airship and the fish both hover at a given level for the same reason, according to Archimedes. A cubic meter of air at ordinary atmospheric pressure and room temperatures had a mass of about 1.2 kilogram. Its weight in this case is about 12 Newton if you multiply it by gravity. Any 1 meter cube object in air then is buoyed up with a force of 12 Newton. If the mass of the object is greater than 1.2 kilogram, obviously it will fall to the ground when released. But if the object has a mass less than 1.2 kilogram, it will rise in the air. A gas-filled balloon rises in the air because if it is less dense than the surrounding air. So everything is buoyed up by a force equal to the weight of air it displaced, according to Archimedes. So buoyancy of air, airlifting property, all bodies are buoyed up by a force equal to the weight of the air they displace. Archimedes' principle holds for air as well as it does for water. So please remember, an immersed object is lifted up by a force equal to the weight of the fluid it displaces. So please answer the question, why then do not all objects float like this balloon? Let us discuss it in the class. Now give reason why this balloon on the ground is less inflated than the one on the higher level. At ground level, the balloon is partially inflated. The same balloon is fully inflated at high altitude, where surrounding pressure is less. I can give you a hint for the answer that the Boyle's law, volume multiplied by pressure, is always constant. So if the pressure down is high, the volume should be less. If you go up, the pressure will be less. So accordingly, the volume will increase. Question: as a balloon rises higher and higher into the atmosphere, choose one of these options. Volume decrease. This is wrong, because when it goes higher, the pressure increase and the pressure decrease and the volume should increase. Density increase. No, density not changing. Weight increase. Weight's not changing. None of the above. So the proper answer is D, none of the above. An airship that floats in air, it will displace its volume of air. It will displace its weight of air. Both A and B, none of the above. So the obvious answer is C. Two rubber balloons are inflated to the same size, one with air and the other with helium, which is lighter than air. Which balloon experienced the greater buoyancy force? Why does the air-filled balloon sink and the helium-filled balloon float? Think about the answer. Well, the answer could be given as follows. Both balloons are buoyed upward with the same buoyant force because they displace the same weight of air. Mind you, they have the same volume. The air-filled balloon will sink in air because it is heavier than the buoyancy force that act on it, while the helium-filled balloon is lighter than the buoyancy force that act on it. Conceptual question: what causes an object to rise?